Alright fellas, here we're back at Pokemon Masters for the ultimate battle versus Morgan. Morgan's telepathic light. So, this ultimate battle, it seems like it's got a lot of just annoying abilities. This thing could be really annoying. It's Dragon Weak, which is fine. Its main counter is Arc Suit Lance because Morgan gets extra defensive ability whenever she has defense and special defense buffs. So, you need, obviously, to have that. That would be great. Though, I think if you have Piercing Blows, that goes through anyway, so it's actually not that bad. So if you have a Piercing Blows character, well, then here you are. But whatever. Main problem is that if you have debuffs, she gets stronger. Any debuffs. Meaning you want Impervious, or you want someone who can cover a lot of buffs. I think, honestly, Leaf and Eevee could be potentially good for it, but you still do have to watch out for accuracy and evasion debuffs. Does Leaf buff accuracy with her expansion? I don't think so, but if she does, then obviously that's helpful for sure. But you still have to watch that evasion. But Morgan's got a ton of abilities to buff her stats. If you don't have anyone who can easily counter the fact that she needs a lot, like, you know, defense and special defense debuffs, right? She has Armor Leech 9, which takes your defense and raises her own, and Mind Leech, which does the same thing for special defense. She's also got Hit 3 times stat down, which is Fall Chantal's passive of debuffing 3 random stats. Where is she at? Yeah, debuffing 3 random stats every single time she uses a move, which is not good. She's got Ridicure 9, which I don't know how she actually buffs evasion. I can't see it immediately on the list of moves she's got. Her side's got Guard Spec, one of the other side has X Attack All, Morgan herself has X Defense All, and Dire Hit Plus on top of a lot of obviously damaging moves, right? That's always going to be something to consider. Of course, she's got one hit KO nullification. On 60% HP, she gets +2 to all 5 core stats, and she endures at 60% HP as well. She's got condition nullification resistance as well, so that resilience is going to last a while. I mean, we're just kind of used to that at this point. She's also got double drop. There's something else to add, you know, double drop. Team Brain buff as well. I forget what that does. I think that probably just buffs the whole team. They feel like your special attack is raised or something like that. But whatever. I want to try with this team. This team I was initially going with Signasuit Lear because he's got the team debuff immunity on Royal Fortune as long as the circle is in play. But this whole team has debuff immunity anyway. Lear's got innate what the hell? Lear's got innate debuff ability with Golden Authority, preventing stat debuffs on himself. Anniversary Lily has Impervious because Solgaleo, and Arcsuit Steven has, yeah, pretty much good, not good form, downside up, which raises his stats instead of lowering them whenever the enemy does something that would debuff his stats, which is good. So this whole team's got debuff immunity, and I mean the Anniversary Steel team is just broken in general anyway, so I want to go ahead and fight the ultimate battle with this setup just because I think it'd be really funny. I mean, they really just counter her extremely well with their debuff immunity and the fact that they can debuff a lot of stats themselves. I think the only thing I'd be worried about is them raising their defense, because Arcsuit Steven can only debuff defense and special defense up to 8 times if you have Sync Burst, which I do, but still. So I might have to end up swapping out lucky skills on one of these characters for Defense Crush, just to be safe, because I know Lear will be fine on the special defense because he can debuff it by 3 with his buddy move, so special defense is fine, special attack's fine, and speed is well with Lily, and obviously attack and special attack are good because of Steven, but defense might be a little bit too much depending on how fast they're able to buff it, so we'll just have to see how the ultimate battle goes. So, yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the battle and see how this goes. Guys, I'm not even kidding you, I did this on my first attempt and I pre-synced Morgan. Yeah, I mean, I figured the team would be able to be really strong against this ultimate battle. Figured it wouldn't be that hard, but I didn't expect it to be that damn easy. That is actually nuts. This character's nuts. This team is nuts. So start off with the way to get to the first sync within the first turn by flinching with Steven, using tournaments and whatnot. You know, good sync accelerating characters, right? Worry about that bulldoze, that could not be fun. Of course, with the debuff immunity, we don't have to worry about it. I mean, obviously having the debuff immunity is amazing. Like, that really helps out a lot here. It's super, super helpful for actually not having to worry about a lot of the stage's gimmicks. We would have to run, like, fast track and shit if we, you know, otherwise. But again, it didn't even matter, because I pre-synced the damn stage with this setup, which is nuts. Oh, I love it. So we obviously go for all the debuffs we can with Steven because, you know, they've still got defense buffs right now. They've got special defense buffs. And thankfully, Lily can hit through their passives because she's got, not piercing blows, but Sunsteel Strike and her buddy move, Sunsteel Strike, all have piercing blows on them, which is extremely good for actually, you know, having the ability to do damage. That's really, really good. So, of course, because of Lear's amazing Sync Accelerating ability, we can use his circle here to get to our next Sync move with Lily. Oh, boy. Yeah, there we go, goes out, and then we go for another Bullet Punch with Steven. We just barely got in his Trina move, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. They've got -1 defense plus -4 special defense, because again, Signature super good at it. And I didn't even get to use, what's the face? I didn't even get to use Steven's Sync Burst, really, for his Trina move or for his Bullet Punch, because we literally only was able to use Iron Head, there we go, before we actually used the Sync move, which is funny. Oh boy. And even with Steven's Trash Tank activating, it does not ruin anything about this battle. It does not ruin the Sync Acceleration or anything like that, which is really, really funny. We go for the Bulldoze with Steven so that we can get in the extra attacks with Lily and Lear. This, of course, I mean, Turn Denial, all that stuff is amazing. Flinching, so strong. And we go for Lear's Sync move here, which is really strong because it's got Brain Power. It's got all of its effects activated. Brain Power, the Circle being activated, whatever else he needs. I mean, he's got it, right? So he's doing a crap load of damage here. 140,000 damage off type. The dude is nuts. I mean, let's just not twist it here. That's amazing. We got the defensive debuffs in on the enemy, and then Lily KOs with her Sunsteel Strike. Yeah, we pre-sync Morgan. Funny. So this is what they mean when they say attack damage reduction, whenever the enemy has attack damage reduction, because the sides don't have the same damage reduction as Morgan. Morgan gets it on defense and special defense, the sides get it on attack and, I think, defense. So you do want to have attack debuffs on the sides so that they can actually take damage, right? But it doesn't even really matter too much because a lot of the times, at least if you're using the same setup as I am with Lily, then her Piercing Blows hits through it. Piercing Blows is a massive counter to the stage because thankfully the enemies don't get extra stat buffs, or sorry, extra damage or whatever when their stats are raised, at least not to my immediate recollection, or at least it's not that major. Because you can use impervious characters, like, again, Lily here has impervious. She can hit through their damage reduction right there, like there's attack buffs, but she does not care. She hit right through it, and you will be able to do a ton of damage. So Piercing Blows characters, like, off the top of my head, Alt Leon is a big one. Battle Tower Leon has really, really, really good counter to the stage because he's able to debuff, but on top of that, he also has Piercing Blows, so he can hit through those debuffs, especially earlier on in the fight, and I do plan to actually put out a showcase over him maybe tomorrow. I want to actually do a showcase of Alt Leon, Battle Tower Leon, because I really do like the character, so I wanted to actually try it, and why not do it now when there's a Leon out right now. So yeah, that was my kind of thought process, but that was my ultimate battle versus Morgan. You really got to watch the debuff she throws at you, so impervious characters are best, or characters who can buff a ton of stats very quickly are fast, and you got to debuff her back, or else she has damage reduction, or again, Piercing Blows units, which have actually finally made a comeback. Morgan gets damage reduction and not defensive buffs, meaning that Piercing Blows actually does work. So any character you can think of, like any of the Ends, like most Ends have Piercing Blows abilities, so those characters will work pretty well. Battle Tower Leon, and any other, again, character you can think of that has that same NA effect. So yeah, there we go. Ultimate Battle versus Morgan. Pretty fun battle. Really enjoyed doing it. I know it's a pretty cliche team, and obviously it's super strong and nuts in every sense of the word, but the fact that it also actively gimmick checks the stage is pretty funny. It's not just strong because it's strong, but they also actively gimmick check, which is very, very funny. So yeah, whatever. See you later. Hope y'all enjoyed. Go look on your battle versus Morgan, and happy December, I guess, in terms of all the content we're getting. And yeah, peace.